Okay, class, or suckers, I'm going to teach you our main enemy, Godzilla. Those who already know that already. Shut up! And so, we're going to teach you from the inside out. So, does anybody have any nausea problems? Leave the stage right now. Okay then. This is going to be the anatomy of Godzilla. So right here we see the inside of our enemy Godzilla. Right here is where his atomic breath flows up. Hold on, let me get a stretchy pen. I forgot to open the door. Nope. Hard doing this without facing it forward. Okay. This is the anatomy of Godzilla. So right now, kids, this is the pointer part of his toes. You see how the veins are connected to this large muscular part that enables his toes for spiky parts. His bones are more stronger than our bones, making it a much tougher thing in a known man. His spines, which gives his anatomy blue glow, is actually powered by his blood cells, which is powered by the inside, is which we're gonna continue right now, where his atomic breath is formed, which bubbles up to its increasing power until it gets purple and shoots right out of his mouth, along with his throat, all the way going down to his stomach, which enables the power. And so his ribs are any other ribs and bones. So does anybody have any questions on the anatomy? I got a question. Why does Godzilla's bones look like our bones? It doesn't. Godzilla's just a regular dinosaur bone, but his digestive system is more complicated than ours. So, let's continue on, shall we? This is a more Japanese complicated one. You can see his brain is the size of a walnut, giving us the more smarter advantages of his more kind. And this is the Japanese version, so Japanese people are always complicated. As you see, it's the same one as the stomach increases the amount of atomic breath that he includes, along with his gallbladder and digestive system. His bones have a more stronger calcium than ours, but we can say this is just the fat version of him. So let's continue on, shall we? And so right here, we can depict his more lungs. But including, his lungs can work out of space, underwater, and air, of course. His lungs, attracted with the little stomach he has, his second stomach, which is powered with nuclear radiation, which causes these glider balls and all of his air from the lungs, all fused together with the nuclear powers. And his spines, or his veins in the spines, glow, and so it shows the charging of his nuclear radiation bubbling up, which shoots up into his throat and out of his mouth. So you can pick right here, Godzilla blowing his atomic breath, which is enabled a radioactive substance that actually blows through buildings and, well, breaks everything in sight. So now, let's include the main thing, kids. Students, I don't care. We're gonna be teaching about his other buddy, Anguirus, or that little chump. And so, kids, this is the anatomy of Anguirus. And so Anguirus' heart is very small, but he has a big, welcoming heart for everybody else. His brain is the size of a walnut, just as the same size as Godzilla. He has other connecting points from his brain onto his body, controlling other parts, because who can say this little tiny nut brain can work all this big body? So he has another brain on his neck to control his arms, and another brain controls his legs and his tail. Godzilla has the same thing, but he'll be paralyzed if we blow up this part. So we need to aim for this part right here for Anguirus, so he can be paralyzed and stunned, all the way from his spinal cord upwards, and his stomach, which contains his potential throat power, which enables him to do the sonic boom roar, the sonic wind, which paralyzes our ears, enough for us to not hear anything inside for more than an hour. And his spiny tail, We need to get rid of the spines. So any questions, kids, about angulators? You both are dumb. Let's continue on, shall we? So, who else Godzilla character that we need to face? We need to face the good guys. Okay, class. This is Gamera, Godzilla's rival slash alter ego, or friend, of course. But we haven't shown him Adventure Godzilla yet, cause well, he hasn't arrived from his 2-hour trip in space, or 2-year trip in space. So let's see the anatomy of him. Here's his 2 lungs that propel him to breathe most of the times, and also a rare spot for him to get the infection. And like any other space alien turtle, he has 4 stomachs. 1 for magma, because he likes to drink that stuff. 1 for, well, acid or such, or his regular stomach acid. This is coal, and this is uranium. Uranium is the most type of stuff. Also, is more powerful than Godzilla's other breath, which enables him to gain his energy in his other hands and feet, which propels him to fly also at times. And his tail seems to have no bones connecting others, because it's more flexible than his. And also, he has a heart, a big heart, and a lot of small intestines, just like as regular prehistoric turtles do. And seeing how his brain is actually bigger than Godzilla's, increasing his more intelligence also. But doesn't have that regular fire breath, only is a flame-throwing breath, which is more powerful than our flamethrowers. So let's continue on with another anatomy. Let's go with a simple American one, shall we? This is the American version of Gamera. In the American version, Gamera has 5 stomachs. This one, coal, this one, the uranium sac, this one, the fire sac, this one, the magma sac, and this one's the oil sac. The uranium sac is a much stronger opponent of Godzilla, but more stronger than Godzilla's. His brain, however, is more bigger than his. His lungs is more smaller, but it contracts more. What else? His arm rockets. The amount of energy that he gets from the magma or oil, and that increases his rocket feet or anything. Well, the rocket betrays from his hand or such. But I don't know why. But most of the times, Gamera should have used his rocket stuff most of the times. Like if he has the rocket protruding right from his hands, he should use it on his enemies. But no, somehow our most economy turtles are that stupid. So yeah, there goes your Gamera. One of our enemies too. But as all your turtles do, they'll probably flick us off and stuff. So that's the end of the portion, class. And now, since we have found out the weak spot for most of our villains right now, say, class, anyone has any questions? We're gonna have some homework on this, so you guys can be prepared for that battle with Godzilla, so we can find out his weak point. We already found out his weak point and Gamera's weak point, and also Angulus's weak point, but also Mothra's weak point. So yeah, you all free to go. Y'all free to go. Forget it. End of session. God.